Okay. Um, so now we're recording. So one of the reasons we record is that if you do miss class, you can always go to Google Classroom, and I will post the slide deck that we're using, right? This thing in purple, and also the recording so that you can just follow right along. And actually, it's really cool if you want to watch the recording because then you can speed it up, right?
I'm back.
Then we're not so painfully slow. So we will record, and we're also going to record attendance throughout the meeting. So that means you can't just show up at the beginning, say I'm here, and then log off forever. If something happens to your internet, that's understandable. You're not going to get in trouble with that. You just need to communicate that to us so we don't think that you just skipped out on us. Okay. We also have GoGuardian that we'll be using to monitor things. And then again, every meeting's recorded. So that means that, you kind of want to watch what you say. They also record messages, the chat, by the way. So you just got to be a little careful about that. Any questions on that? Okay.
I still have a word.
Oh, what's your word, Tori? I'm glad your sound's working.
Theory of relativity.
Nice. I am so sorry to disappoint you, but we are not going to be talking about relativity this year. But I can lead you to some good books, okay? Okay, I think I froze.
You're there.
Am I?
Yeah, you're here.
Everyone else looks frozen to me.
You don't look frozen to me.
Okay.
We're good.
UI.
Okay. People are slowly starting to move for me. Okay. Do you want to do this next slide, Ms. Peters?
Yes. I'm unmuted. Okay. So we have some other expectations, and a lot of this applies for all your classes, not just our class. This is recommended for all of yours. Especially checking your email multiple times a day. Okay. There might be changes in your schedule. There might be technical difficulties that your teachers send messages about. So always be checking in on that. Google Classroom, every day you want to go in and check your assignments. Make sure if you have a question, there's a place in Google Classroom where you can put a private comment, okay? The classwork, if you're ever looking for where your work is, it's always, always, always in your classwork tab. So any questions about your assignments, go to your classwork tab, it's all in there. Now, if you're in your classwork tab, there's different headings that we have set up for different weeks and different topics. So just look under those weeks and you'll be able to find it. Really important, especially as you're in high school, is not to get behind on your assignments, especially when it comes to physics. We'll be giving small assignments, kind of chunking them and break them apart for you so they're not so overwhelming. But number one, you don't want to wait till the last minute, because especially in physics, when we're starting to get into our formulas and a lot of algebraic equations, you want to stay on top of it, or you'll feel like you're really behind when you finally do get to trying to do your work, okay? If there are reasons that you're getting behind and you're struggling, please communicate with Ms. Renner and myself. We're here to help you. We have our office hours, we have our academic time, but you've got to communicate to us. We can't help you if you don't let us know, okay? And we are here to help you with other things as well. So if you need support in another class and you don't know what to do, just let us know. We're both really good that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are an email away. It's super easy. And I do want to mention this private comment feature is one of my favorites in Google Classroom. If you have questions about an assignment and you use that private comment feature, it sends us emails right away. And so we can really respond very quickly that way. So I use that a lot with students. All right. Are you ready? It's game time.
Woo, woo, woo.
All right. It's time for a scavenger hunt.
Woo.
I love the enthusiasm. So the rules are there are no rules. You should be creative. Okay. I'm going to show you 5 items. All right. When you've gathered these 5 items, you're going to go put done in the chat. All right. And you have 5 minutes to do it. And the challenge is try to find something really creative that maybe no one else would pick. Now, something about these 5 items. These have to do with physics. It's okay if you don't know physics. One of my students previously said he just learned how to spell physics that morning. Okay, that's okay. Wherever you are is fine. Okay, this is conceptual physics. This is not that crazy mathy physics that you've heard so much about, right? This class, we try really, really hard to help you through any of the math, but we focus a lot on the concepts. All right, so when we show you these 5 things, you may or may not know the words involved. You're allowed to look them up, okay? You have so many resources at your disposal. So don't freak out if you don't know all the words, but go ahead and look them up if you need them. And Miss Peters will present what they are. Oh, you are muted.
Drum roll. You're going to find something you can throw. And be creative about this. Find something that demonstrates friction. An item that can reflect or refract. Something that can conduct well. Something that's a good conductor. And then something that uses, this is a big one, electromagnetic radiation. And we're going to, Miss Renner will start the timer. And then you're going to run and try to find those five things. And when you're done, go back to the chat box and type done. And then we'll call on a few of you to present what you found.
Awesome. It's 11:03. Be back by 11:08. Go.
Start your timer, Miss Renner.
It doesn't work on here unless I present. Like I have to present, and then it takes up more screen than I want. So,
Caitlin's already done. Guys, run. Go find your stuff.
I'm impressed. I've had other people who have like one object that satisfies 3 things. Actually, we did find one object that satisfied all 5.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I was quite surprised with what some of my kids came up in my last class.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been fun. This is a fun activity. I did this with my AP kids too, but I changed the questions.
Yeah, and one of my kids never left the computer, and he had all the stuff like right there, and he's like, this. There goes Tori.
All right, go get your stuff, Tori. All right, Elias is done. Danielle, you said you don't know what to grab. Can you throw anything?
Yeah, find something to throw. Danielle, I'll give you a hint. Something you look at every day will reflect, especially with the girls. They're always using it.
Where you fix your hair. You brush your hair, Miss Peters? You're just a better person than I do. I do that.
By the way, Miss Renner, in anticipation of this year, you know how we're always looking for one of those reflection things? I got one on clearance at Smith's hanging in my room.
Well done.
I thought of you.
You don't need to write it down, Tori. We're going to just, you found your dog.
Oh.
Don't throw him. Or is he a good conductor? Oh. Don't do that. Don't practice that either. Don't like hook him up to electrodes. No. In every class, there has been someone who brings their dog to throw.
Or their cat.
Oh, a cat at least. Don't throw a baby, Elias. Okay, good. No throwing babies.
Do it. No.
Do it. Danielle. Not the baby. Your pets, by the way, are always welcome. We're always happy to see a pet. As long as they're not like bothering you and and taking away your focus. If you're just like sitting there chilling with a puppy on your lap, I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that, Miss Peters?
Yeah. Juan, what can you do with a basketball? Yeah, I bothered Miss Renner when I'm recording from home because I have a pet bird in the background.
Okay.
And it continuously walks. That's one of the reasons I'm working from my classroom.
Yeah, that your bird is very
Vocal.
loud, very vocal. I had one student like when we had this closure for spring, I had one student whose fire alarm thing was doing the beeping. And I was like, oh my gosh. But apparently it was beeping for so long that he like didn't even hear it anymore.
Don't go to the nursery, Elias.
No, Elias! You're killing me. Don't do it. Elias, is your brother Malik?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, awesome. Give him my best. I miss him. I loved having him in class.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Okay. Did you know that I had him?
Yeah, he actually told me.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, he was my boy. Your dog's going to the vet after this because you threw him, Axel? I have questions. We have 1 more minute.
1 minute.
Tick tock, tick tock. And then we're going to want everybody's cameras back on.
Yeah.
All right. Look at all these dones.
A lot of
Tori, what does BR mean?
virtual reality.
No, BR that he wrote.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh,
Yeah. Bathroom. Got it. Cool. Oh, you can't grab the microwave?
that's
Yeah,
okay.
I was fully expecting someone to like take the microwave and be like, someone had a blender. That was, well, that's more just electricity, not so much electromagnetic radiation. It's 11:08. All right, cameras on.
Don't throw the microwave, Tori.
Don't throw the microwave. We're gonna get in trouble with the parents. Like, why did you tell my kid to throw a microwave? And
Don't
the baby.
throw the baby.
Don't throw a baby. All right.
Your basketball.
All right. Dayton and Lorenzo and Leland, do you wanna, and Juan, put your cameras back on, please. We miss your faces. There you go. Look at that. That's a nice basketball. Oh, can you spin it, Juan? Are you cool like that?
Let's see it.
No.
No. All right. That's all right.
Juan, I'll teach you a few tricks.
Nice. Yeah, you stick with Miss Peters. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I see that a lot of people are done, and especially done kinda. So I'm going to ask, which one do you want to present? So, and you can raise your hand and then we'll call on you and you can unmute and tell us about your object. Okay? So who would like to present something they can throw? So let's look for some hands. Caitlin, Alarid.
Okay, I got a volleyball. You can throw a volleyball.
Do you play volleyball?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. What is that? Okay.
Oh man, the building is.
Is that Elias?
The
I
baby.
threw it. I'm kidding.
Oh no, you. No. All right. Anybody else have something interesting to throw? Aspen?
Yeah, does a pen count? Does a pen count?
A pen, sure.
All right.
Aspen, what do you got?
Football. I guess you could throw it.
I can't hear you, sweet.
A football.
A football. There you go. All right. Ms. Peters, do you want to do number 2? We'll just alternate like that.
I can't see all the students on my screen. Are you able to see them? I only see.
Yeah, I can. I'll call on them.
Okay.
So number 2, something that demonstrates friction. Anybody who wants to present that?
Would a mouse work? Like
Yes, that's a great idea, Kenny. Absolutely. Friction, if you're wondering, it's really just when any two surfaces are rubbing together. So if you've ever seen Karate Kid, you go like this, you know I'm about to heal you, right? You can feel all that heat being produced.
Axel, you could create a lot of friction with the dog you had up there. Rubbing its fur. And static electricity.
Oh yes, that's a whole other one. Okay, it's already 11:11, so let's keep going. Reflect and reflect or refract. What we got? Cadence. That's a magnifying glass. Does that reflect or refract?
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to unmute.
It's okay.
Okay. Go
ahead.
Does it refract?
Yay! Reflection, right? So you got your mirror.
Yeah.
Reflection is when it bounces off. Refraction is when it goes into a new medium and bends. And Juan is showing us a GIF. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to have to keep them after, so we're just gonna keep going. But you guys are coming up with some good stuff. Good conductor. Who's got a good conductor? Caitlin Garcia.
So I'm on a bunk bed, and right here I have a light bulb.
Okay.
What's it conducting?
Electricity.
Yeah. So the filament inside the light bulb is conducting electricity. Fantastic. Dayton, what you got? Oh, you're muted.
I have a piece of tin foil.
Tin foil. Nice. Avery, how about you?
Battery and a paperclip.
That is so cool. Battery and a paper clip. Don't connect one to the other. You're gonna burn yourself, girl. So good conductors, right, are usually metals, right? So that's something you'll see over and over. And then finally, what is electromagnetic radiation? Did you guys figure out what that is? Can I tell you? It's light. Electromagnetic radiation is light, and there's a whole spectrum. And the lowest energy is radio waves, then microwaves, then infrared, which is heat, then visible light, which is what our eyes see, then ultraviolet, then X-rays, then gamma rays. So if you know gamma rays from like the Avengers and stuff or whatever, or the Hulk, it's real. Gamma rays are real. They're not fake. Declan, what you got?
I got
What is that?
LEDs.
Do you see what that is? I don't see what that is.
LED strip.
Oh, it's an LED strip. Ah, cool. So you've got some visible light going there. What else you guys got? So raise your hand and share. Anybody else? Anybody have one of these? I feel like I saw some in your hand during a little break. Mm-hmm. Yes, and you guys are never far from your phones, right? You love them. That Wi-Fi signal is actually like in between radio and microwaves. Okay, so that's actually part of the electromagnetic spectrum. So that's electromagnetic radiation. Our Kiara said our computers. Aspen said TV. Okay, that's great. And I think the shoes on the ground, I didn't see that before. That was probably friction, right? Yeah, that's actually how we walk. Static friction pushes us forward. Okay, we only have 5 minutes left. So that was our game. Great job. You guys came up with some really great ideas. And Ms. Peters, do you want to talk about what they're going to do after they leave class?
Yes. So after class, today you'll have your independent learning time, your independent learning work. If you go onto the Google Classroom, you'll see several assignments assigned to you. One of them is to sign your syllabus. And on your syllabus, make sure you scroll all the way down because there's 2 different areas to sign. There's an area that's your syllabus, and then there's an area that's called your integrity contract. Okay? And then you'll have your getting to know you questionnaire, and that's just so Ms. Renner and I can learn a little more about you and what your interests are. This helps us understand you a little more, especially when we're online. A lot kind of gets lost just not being in person. And then the final thing will be what we talked about, your introduce yourself slide. Okay? Make sure you're appropriate in what you're putting in your slides. Okay, you need to be school appropriate. So if you put some pictures in there, make sure they're something that is appropriate for school, which I know you will.
And
then,
oh, sorry.
go ahead. Just go ahead.
I was just going to show you something about the syllabus. You can either digitally sign it and turn it in to the assignment, or you can print it out, sign it, and upload it. So you have sort of two options there. Okay, so
The slides. Can you scroll down?
Sure. Here's the slides again. And Miss Peters and I already put our slides in. And now you just pick any empty slide and you make your own slide about you. Okay, does that make sense, Axel? Okay, thanks for asking that. That's a great way to use the chat. That was wonderful. Cadence, what's up?
Do we have to fill out the whole slide like you guys did?
No, I mean, just do your best. Do whatever you want. We just want to see some pictures. We want to know a little bit about you, okay?
Okay.
And Cadence, a nice way to do it too, which we didn't, so ours look a little overwhelming, is to use some bullets. Just put a couple little points, you know, and that'll make it a little easier on you.
Okay.
You don't have to write an essay.
No.
Okay.
You don't have to be an overachiever like Miss Peters and I.
Yeah, because we're overachievers all the time.
Aspen, do you have a question? Oh, you're just stretching? Do you know the funniest thing that happened to me during the closure? We had these meets, and you remember actually back then we had these little ways you could like press a button and raise your hand, right? I don't know if you guys ever used those in the meets. So they had the, and so I had a student use his little hand raising button, and then I asked him if he had a question, and he said, "No, I don't. I was just stretching." So that was, I always think about that. Oh. Do you guys have any other questions?
Not me.
What, Elias?
Not me.
Oh, not you. Okay.
I just
Juan, what's happening there? Okay, go ahead, Miss Peters.
So I just want to make sure you all know if you're working on some of this weekend and you're confused, just send us an email, okay? Or a private message on your Google Classroom. Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. We're really, really, really happy to help. Okay? All right. Hold on. I think that's the last slide. There we go. Have a great. We aren't allowed to type the signatures. You are, Danielle. So it says by typing it, you're basically digitally signing it. And so that's fine. You can type in the signatures and then put them in. Okay?
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Okay.